You never get a second chance to make a first impression, so think of your body language like it's your autobiography in motion. It's a way of communicating to the world how you're feeling and thinking beyond just words. And by getting good at reading other people's body language, as well as understanding and controlling your own, you'll be able to improve your interactions with everyone. So today, I'll be talking about body language, how to know what's really being said by James Borg, and begin by discussing the fundamentals like the 55-38-7 rule, the 3 C's, the difference between open and closed body language, and then we'll work our way from the head to the feet. First, let's start with the famous 55-38-7 rule. That is, 55% of your communication is your posture and what you look like. 38% is how you say stuff, like your pitch, your tone, how quickly you speak, and how long you pause between sentences. And the last 7% is the actual words you say. Now, some people misinterpret this rule by thinking that words are not important as long as you look confident, project the right impression, dress to kill, and then deliver your words with the right seductive pitch and tone. Instead, think of it this way. If your 55% of visual body language is bad, they won't even stick around to listen to the 38%. And similarly, if your 38% of how you sound is bad, then they won't even stick around to listen to your 7% of words. So words are still very important. How many times have you thought at a party, at work, or on a date that things were going good until they opened their mouth? The next thing to keep in mind are the 3 C's: context, congruence, and cluster. A person with their arms crossed does not always mean they're angry or being defensive. The person could just simply be cold. So you always have to look at the context. Next, if there's a mismatch on the 55-38-7 rule, we'll believe the higher one by default. So if you said in an honest tone that you didn't eat my cake, but you're rubbing your belly, then I'll believe my eyes. Now the last C is cluster. It's usually unwise to judge a single gesture for meaning, so we should always look for clusters of gestures to interpret body language. With so many muscles in the human body, it's not easy to fake body language. No matter how good you think you are at controlling your anatomy, there will always be leakage that give away your true feelings. We all pick up the subtle clues that others are sending out even though we may not be conscious of it. And of course, other people are doing the same with us. With that said, increasing your awareness is the first step to becoming a body language expert. So start paying attention to other people's actions and words as well as your own. Look at people's postures, gestures, and facial expressions from a distance and then try to deduce whether they're having an argument, a friendly conversation, flirting, or whatever. Just don't underestimate the power of awareness. Next, it's important to learn the difference between open and closed body language. Open body language can be hands being in view, possibly with exposed, suggesting you're vulnerable to others but you're comfortable about it. It can also include good eye contact with your legs and posture being. Closed body language is used during fight or flight situations where we make the body appear smaller and to look for barriers to shield ourselves from the threat. This can be bringing the limbs closer to our body or crossing our arms or legs. This can also be little eye contact or even closing our eyes when somebody is talking. Open body language usually means comfortable, and closed body language usually means discomfort. As an exercise, put yourself in a closed position and notice how it will change your mood. Then observe other people and note how you perceive them. Then do this again in an open position. Remember that your body affects your mind just as much as your mind affects your body. Leonardo da Vinci says the eyes are the mirror to the soul. Now, it may surprise you that most communication is conveyed through the eyes more than any other part of the body. One of the simplest ways to ignore someone is to look away. I'm sure we've all done this when walking by a salesperson. Failing to make eye contact sends the signal that you're untrustworthy